021 446 0567.
It's a Sunday morning. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the show. And don't forget, you can send us a WhatsApp to 0725671567. And your calls are all welcome on 021 446 0567 if you want to chat to any of the topics that we're dealing with this morning. Now, July has been declared plastic-free month, and I think that you may be well aware of the fact. I walked into the spa now the other day, and the lady said to me, "Would you like a paper bag or would you like a plastic bag?" And I was caught because, I had thought that they had switched over completely to paper bags. But now the paper bags were free for your first week. And then after that, you have to pay them R3 for a paper bag. And the plastic bag is probably still retailing at 60 or 70 cents, whatever it is. So, yeah, it's a kind of a catch-22 situation for people these days. But the nice thing about it all is that July has been the month in which we've actually become a lot more aware of exactly what plastic is, what it's doing, and what damage it's doing to the environment, especially in the oceans, which has been the big focus these days. So July's been declared plastic-free month. And if you don't know, now you know. We are joined in studio this morning by the founders of something which I'm very excited about, and they unpacked all their goodies for me. This whole studio is just full of stuff, and we'll run through it in a minute or two. We are joined by the founders of an organization called ShopZero, and the title doesn't mean free goods at all, but it actually means zero plastic and waste. They sell things like an expensive cup that my producer Taryn came in, but I think he's more into the 10% discount that he's going to get at the coffee shop because of that. And it's actually it's called a Keep Cup, which is supposed to last forever and gets him a 10% discount at his local coffee store, which is absolutely fantastic. So you go in there and you walk in with your cup and you say, "This is my cup. I'd like a cup of coffee." And they give you that 10% off because that is what they would have been spending as overheads in terms of the coffee. Welcome to Elza. A very good morning to you, Elza. Welcome to the show.
Morning.
And good morning to Janneke.
Good morning.
Who's been unpacking. I hope you're going to have enough time to repack those things back in again. First of all, Elza, how does plastic-free work? And a lot of people don't understand the entire concept about being plastic-free.
Well, basically, we're focusing on the single use of plastic. So when you go to a store, first of all, if you don't have a reusable bag with you, once you check out, you'll be getting a plastic bag. That's easily solvable. You just take a reusable bag. There's plenty of them on the market. All the supermarkets also sell them, or most of the supermarkets. Then when it comes to food, so everything is usually packaged in packaging that you're not going to use again. So once you take it out, you throw that packaging away. Some of it's recyclable, some of it's not recyclable, but basically it's single use. Same with straws. I don't personally use straws, but when you buy a cool drink, the straws are readily available. And once you finish with a straw, you throw it away. That straw is not recyclable. It's probably going to end up in a landfill or the ocean. Not always, but a lot of the times. And strangely enough, a lot of people don't even use their straws. They take the straw, they drink out of the can, or they put it in a cup or in a glass, and then they throw the straw away. So it's just ironic. The straws actually don't get used. So what we're trying to do is bypass various items like razors that are plastic. You get safety razors that are made out of chrome and stainless steel now. So it lasts forever. It's also, once it starts degrading, you can throw it away. And it will degrade. It'll take a little bit longer than, for instance, something that's organic, but plastic lasts forever, basically forever. So, yeah, I mean, it's your basic things, your shopping items, everything from cups to straws to what we do in stores. People come in, they have their own containers, they weigh food. They don't pay for the weight of the container. We tar it, and then they just pay for the contents. It works out cheaper for them because we make sure that our pricing is competitive. And that's how we encourage people to shop, zero waste. So that's what it means, zero waste and plastic-free for us, in a nutshell.
Thanks very much for that. Janneke, how are we in South Africa at recycling? Are we there yet? Are we 20% of the way? Or are we still very far away from being fully conscious about recycling in South Africa?
There is still room for improvement. There are great companies that people can sign up with now. One is Regenize. They are in Woodstock, and they actually come and collect your recycling, and they also reward you. So you can get smart shopper points, airtime, movie tickets, for example. Then first recycling is also a good one. And there are also various drop-off points where people can go take their recycling. But the thing is, if you actually avoid single-use plastic, you're actually going to have less to recycle. So recycling is important, yes, but if you can actually refuse what you don't need, then you'll have less to recycle. If you also compost your food scraps, your kitchen waste, and you reduce the amount of plastic that you use and you recycle, you're actually going to send a very small bag to landfill each week. There's also a brilliant company called Polyco. They recycle and make school desks from plastic, which is amazing because we need a lot of help in the some of the schools in South Africa, so they make these beautiful school desks from plastic.
I think the problem with recycling in South Africa, and you could possibly help me out here, I travel a lot, and in New Zealand, for instance, where my daughters are, you get a huge bin. Now, this bin is divided into three. Your normal waste that you would send out there, and then the other two bins are opportunities for recycling. So all of these bins are collected separately. But here we have one bin, and we tend to throw everything into one bag, into one bin. So what do we need to do at a domestic level, at your house and my house, for instance, in order to become a little bit more aware of recycling? I know that in some areas, and this is only some areas where the city council handouts the clear bags, for instance, and they give you those clear bags to put your recyclable stuff. But that's one bag. So you're throwing glass and you're throwing plastic and you're throwing everything into one bag. How do we sort of improve that situation?
Yeah, so even though we don't have those type of bins, you can easily just get your own bins. But again, with those recycling companies who can pick up your recycling, they sort it for you. But if you're going to go drop off your recycling, then you'll have to sort it yourself in your own bins. When I was in Taiwan also, general waste went into one truck, food scraps went into bins at the back of this truck, which was used to feed pigs, and then the recycling in the truck at the back, excuse me. Now I completely lost my chain of thought.
You're talking about Taiwan, yes? And
yes,
the
sorry.
Recycling there. So how do we actually get this? So you say that you don't have to worry about it. You get your stuff, you put it into one container, and the recycling companies will take care of it.
Sorry, yes, I remember what I wanted to say now. So we can have our own separate bins at home. Maybe it's a little bit more effort, but it's important for us to understand the needs of our environment and care for it accordingly to ensure a long and beautiful existence for our children. And that is our goal also, why Elza and I and our other silent business partner started Shop Zero, because we are three moms who want to leave this world safe. We want to ensure a clean future for our children. So maybe it's a little bit more effort, and maybe it's a little bit harder than just a convenient quick plastic packet or quick plastic lunch that you're grabbing, but it's worth it in the end because it's not convenient for our planet.
What we've actually done, for instance, I live in a complex, so what we've actually done is we've got additional bins for people who want to recycle. And it's chipping at a block a little bit at a time,
Yes.
and it's very difficult, but we encourage people, if you're having a party over the weekend, put all the beer bottles and whatever you have into a bag, and there's the bin for it. And slowly but surely people are actually starting to do that. Elza, how aware are people of the environment, and how is that consciousness brought about? And I'm talking about all levels over here, because from wherever we are in the sort of township areas all the way through, and strangely enough, I find that sometimes the township areas are more aware of recycling and getting things moving in that particular way, because it becomes a source of income for them, than what other people are. So how aware are people of the environment?
Look, I mean, for myself, I grew up very aware. I'm not sure where that message came from, whether it was my mom or whether it was a little bit of media, but definitely in my school. There was a drive in my specific school. So it really is media dependent. I know now with, ban the straw and refuse the plastic bag, definitely people are more aware, and we can see an increase in our business as well. We are a new business, but it's also got to do with what the media is putting out there. And it's like you say, there's a benefit for people in informal settlements that they actually physically get money, like, cash for their trash. So I think, even making people aware, that's great. Media can help there, government can help there. But if there's actually a financial incentive for people, I think that will go a long way, especially in a country like South Africa. I just want to go back to the recycling, with our unemployment rate. That's also job creation. So yes, we can sort at home and that's great. But if you put it all in one bag and a recycling company comes to take it away, they're also creating a job for someone else by giving them an opportunity to sort, and they're getting paid for that. So that's where we're a little bit different than other countries. Some European countries are more advanced in terms of their environmental efforts and people getting on board. It's had a lot to do with advertising, and it had a lot to do with the media. But we're definitely getting there. It's definitely getting better. And I do feel that the financial incentive for everyone, in some countries you can put your plastic bottle in a machine and you physically get a little bit of cash back for that. And that's across the board, no matter if you're living in a more informal settlement or if you're living in an urban area. So
that's like a dispensing machine, and
yes.
that's a nice idea, actually.
It is.
You can get a little bit of cash. It doesn't matter what you get, but at least there's an incentive. Are there any government incentives for recycling?
Government, it's privatized at the moment, mostly. Government doesn't get involved. It's on the up as well. But basically what they're doing at the moment is they're privatizing it to create jobs. And then people go to them, and once the recycling is sorted, for instance, then government will also give them a cashback for that. So they are involved, but like I said, they're trying to privatize it to create more jobs for people.
That's Elza and Janneke, and we're chatting to them this morning. They are from a group called ShopZero, and we'll get the details later on, because I can already see the telephone lines going crazy and the WhatsApp line going crazy, because people are into recycling, and it's all about trying to make it easier for people to recycle. Now, Janneke's been unpacking everything, and we'll put the pictures up of everything that she's unpacked. And I think this question has got to go to you. What makes your store so significant and different?
Yes, so we are a one-stop shop where people can come to us, where they can get single-use plastic alternatives. So we just help people to prevent and divert as much trash from the landfills and oceans as possible. So you can see a bamboo toothbrush over there. The scary thing that I want to say to you today is that everyone here in the studio, our first toothbrush that we used as a toddler still exists somewhere, and it will outlive us.
Yeah.
So
it's plastic.
Yes. So when we do beach cleanups, toothbrushes are one of the things that we find on the beaches. So many toothbrushes. Lots of them have actually lost their heads, because this is the problem with plastic. It never breaks down into an organic matter, but it breaks up into smaller pieces, which is then microplastics in our oceans, and the fish ingest it, birds ingest it, and essentially humans ingest the plastic because many people eat fish.
Talk us through some of the other items. I see you brought in straws, you brought in a razor, and quite a few bags. I love the bag. It says plastic is a no-no.
Yes. So we've got bamboo fiber coffee cups here. So they're also good for juices and smoothies, because a disposable paper cup actually has a wax lining on the inside, and it's a sort of a plastic lining so that the cup doesn't disintegrate with a hot drink inside of it. So coffee cups are not recyclable, so it's just best to bring your own. And like you said, many people are now offering discounts if you bring your own cup, because they don't have to spend money on that disposable cup that they have to supply to their customers. Then we've got some reusable straws. We've got glass, stainless steel, copper and bamboo. We've got cleaning brushes, so you can clean them as well.
And the razor?
Yes, so that is a chrome safety razor. I also shave with it. We also want ladies to shave like a gentleman. And classic wet shaving is now, again, the cool thing to do. And that will actually last forever. You can pass that razor on to your son or your daughter one day, and then the metal blade that's in there will just eventually rust away, because razors are also not recyclable. Then we've got these little bags. So when we go to supermarkets, there are these free plastic barrier bags to weigh your vegetables and fruits in. They are terrible because it's a single-use plastic bag again. So we've got these reusable ones, and you can just weigh your fruits and veggies in them, put the sticker on top, and it's also a great conversation starter because when I go to the shops, people ask me, oh, where did you get those bags? I had them before I had Shop Zero. And it's just great to say to people, yes, I carry my own bags because plastic is so bad. And then I have that conversation with them why we should use less plastic.
And of course, those bags would be ideal, Taryn, at Nude Foods, because we did an interview with Nude Foods, who don't supply you with any packaging. You have to come in there with your own bag and actually purchase from them with your own bag. What are you guys doing for the month of July? What have you done?
So we had a zero waste workshop in our store. We like to use our space as an educational space. So we had a zero waste workshop there. We have a beach cleanup on the 29th of July. With the future kids. This is a 9-year-old boy who said to his mom he wanted to develop an app. They're not there yet with an app. They just have a website at the moment. And we'd like to invite families to come join us. We're going to be in the Strand on the 29th. It's a group of children who sign up on the website, thefuturekidsclub.co.za.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they just get a goodie bag when they come the first time and join, and then they help and do beach cleanup. So we're doing that. Raising awareness where we can through our social media as well.
That's fantastic. Also, do you think that other retailers should begin to sort of adopt a model of sustainability with you guys? Create a partnership with you guys in terms of what you supply?
Well, I mean, that would be great, you know. To be honest, there's nothing stopping any retailer, and I know there's actually some big retailers, I'm not going to mention names, that have plastic-free sections, or you can shop zero waste. So they have sections where if you bring your own bag, it's a small section. So I do see a movement there. In terms of partnering with us, that would be great. You know, we haven't looked into that yet. The physical store has been in existence for 5 months.
You see, the problem with the retail business is that they're always looking for the solution to the problem. Or the solution to the customer convenience. So I think that is where the market in terms of plastic free should be going, is that you need to find the solution to what we have currently available. And if it is convenient for a shopper, you know, then it's brilliant for the retailer, because he doesn't want to sort of ostracize and isolate the customer from his industry, because of the fact that, you know, if you're going to make it difficult for me, I just ain't going to shop by you. And I'll go somewhere else where it is easier. And I think that's the gap in the market, don't you think so?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, modern lifestyle with everyone working, it's not like the slow days where you maybe only have one partner working in a relationship. Everyone's working these days. The problem is convenience. And like Janneke mentioned, it maybe takes a little bit more time, but there's definitely ways that we can streamline it, you know, once it happens on a bigger scale, whether it's coming into a store and, you know, there's containers already available for you and you swap it out later again or something like that. The challenge is convenience. It's much more convenient just to grab something, maybe not package it. So it's a mindset that we need to change. But I think once people understand the benefit of it and the long-term effect of not buying single-use plastic, once it really is ingrained, it becomes a different story.
Do you sort of participate in any other projects outside of your store to drive awareness of zero plastic?
Yeah, we're involved with the Two Oceans Aquarium. Janneke also gets involved where she can. We're involved with Polyco at the moment. Some exciting things happening there. Janneke?
I'm actually a primary school teacher. Since leaving my school job, I've gone back into schools to do talks with children there. We've done EcoBrick demonstrations with children. I'm also a Five Gyres ambassador, which is an ocean conservation institute, again using our shop and our social media platform to raise awareness. And then we've organized our own beach cleanups. I do my own beach cleanups every time I go to the beach, and that's also something that we can do. Every single person can help. Every single straw you refuse to use or single-use plastic bag you refuse to use makes a difference. Every time you pick up litter, when you see it in the streets or on the beach, you are making a difference. And I just wanted to say something also about the businesses quickly. I think if a business actually shows their customers that they care about the environment, they might actually get a lot more customers.
Yes, you're absolutely correct there. And with the EcoBrick stuff, you must be my worst nightmare, because my 6-year-old comes home and with these, no, we need to have this and we need to put our plastic in here.
That's amazing.
I've got a phone, Oma must give me plastic. And she's got a tablet where she actually sends a voice note on, and Oma gets the voice note. Oma, I need more plastic. And she fills these bottles, and it's like, why do you have to take up 5 bottles every week? The other kids are only bringing 1. But I suppose it's the awareness that's being created. Tell us quickly, Elza and Janneke, they are from the Shop Zero Plastic, and of course Shop Zero is their particular organization. They are the founders of this. Where do we find you? Where do people get more information, and where can they connect with you?
Well, basically all our information is on our website. It's www.shopzero.sa, but we also have a physical store in Woodstock in Albert Road, 357 Albert Road. But I think easiest is to get everything off the website. You can also do some online shopping. We are looking at branching out, so watch this space.
That's good news.
We're also on Instagram, shopzero.sa, as well as Facebook and Twitter, shopzero_SA.
I'm going to get myself on to buy one of these bamboo coffee cups and, walk in and get my 10% discount. It's just a part of my Indian blood that's showing with the discount, Well, to Elza and Janneke, thank you so much for coming in. This has been not only a learning experience for the listeners out there this morning, but also a learning experience and a learning curve for myself, because I'm bad when it comes to plastic bags. I have to admit, I'm terrible when it comes to shopping. I'm an impulse shopper, so I will just decide that I'm going shopping now, and there's no specific routine. And when I get there, I'm like, I don't have a bag. I do have to buy this plastic bag because I've bought so many things. I'm bad at that. But with the awareness that's been created this morning, I'm certainly going to look forward to going in there with my own bags and create that kind of awareness. Yes, you're not going to scold me, are you?
No. I just want to give you one last tip quickly. So start with small goals because it takes some time to form these new habits. So set yourself a goal. This week, I'm going to try remember my bags. So keep a few spare ones in your car. Keep a few spare ones in your laptop bag or in your backpack or in your gym bag. And if your shop is not too big and you forgot your bag, carry them out in your arms, your groceries, or request a box maybe. Some retailers are now actually supplying boxes as well. But there are ways you can even use a scarf or your jacket. If you really want to refuse that plastic bag, there are ways to do it.
I'm going to put 5 liters of milk in my jacket. That's no problem. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. We really appreciate it. And that is at shopzero.co.za. That's where you can find all the information about the workshops and the date with them on the 29th. So please connect with them. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.